It is happening. And this time around, it is about Rwanda, Congo, and South Africa, even Israel. End the war now. It is a warning. Part of the many reasons why South Africa must be prayed for. So I shot a separate video. Pray for South Africa, which is going to come on your timeline, right? Prophet the angel started warning South Africa in time past. I put like those videos are on this same channel. But this time around, I believe it's getting critical because on two occasions, just recently, Prophet the angel asking that South Africa be prayed for. But this is the issue between South Africa, Rwanda, and Congo. Let's watch this video.
Because I have understanding, I removed the boundaries of nations. And I be again Deuteronomy 27, verse number 16 and 17. Deuteronomy 27, 16 and 17. Says the devil will remove the boundaries of nations. Now, do you understand how difficult it's going to be to remove boundaries, to just come to Zimbabwe and say, yeah, this boundary, we've removed it. Now you are submitting to us now. It's difficult. So what do? They create organizations. You know, the African Union was a reply of the European Union. Yeah, they said if European Union is doing it like that, they might drop us up in. See, World Economic Forum, now on their website, of course, we started something with a team, which is Africa Economic Forum. The team of business people that I know started it. But the World Economic Forum is now on their website, they have Africa Economic Forum inside. They now want to control even Africa. So they don't tell you to remove your borders. No. They're now telling you, we'll just create something here on our own. And then we tell you to obey. So your borders don't matter anymore. You're here. I want to go immediately to one very important thing. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
One important thing that I will show you what we're talking about when it says, and he will remove the boundaries of nations. Then the book of Deuteronomy 27 says it this way, that cursed is a man who removes the boundaries torn of another. So the devil understands, like I told you on Sunday, the devil has one advantage, is here, and experience. He knows the number of angels can never increase. Are you still here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The number of angels can no longer increase. That fell.
Yes, sir.
So what he has to influence is something else that will multiply his efforts in deceiving the world. So what he did was to say, okay, I want to remove the boundaries of nations. What do? I have to force presidents to say you are now one country with South Africa, Zambia is now one country with Zimbabwe. No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. From the history, he would put boundaries in different locations. The Congo issue right now, that's happening right now, is because some of the Rwandans are now on this side in another country, speaking Kinyarwanda, or Kinyarwanda, they call it rather, and yet they are in Congo. And they're saying maybe some parts of the Congo side of it doesn't recognize them. That's the narrative that they want to push. It's none of my business. It is my business, but not today. Now here it is. Here it is. So removal of boundaries is easier when you create associations and government unit bodies like the UN, the European Union. So you put up all these countries in one bowl of soup and say, here it is. Take us as us. Travel wherever you want to travel if you are in this region. So if you're a European citizen, you can travel from one area to the other. No boundaries. I remember when Britain was still under the European Union, we just take a passport. As we went into Italy, you just raise your British passport like this, and they allow you to get in. They don't even check it because you're from Europe. So they've already removed the boundary of nations. Now I want you to see
Of Goma in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and this follows an advance against the Congolese army. 9 South Africans are among the 13 soldiers who were killed in fierce fighting with the rebels. The Rwanda-backed M23 rebels have quickly gained ground this month in the east of the DRC. The rebels had earlier ordered defending government forces to disarm and surrender, saying that they were preparing to enter and take control. Now, following negotiations, the rebels had allowed army officers to leave Goma by boat for Bukavu.
For the last 2 days, on Monday and today this morning, I spoke with the President of South Africa, who sought me out to speak with me on this matter because of their involvement in Eastern Congo. And he's also there pretending to be playing a peacemaker role. And he has a force that has been fighting alongside FDLR and has been fighting the M23 on the instructions of Tshisekedi, because these are people who are not supposed to be in Congo, that these are from Rwanda, or the M23 are not Rwandans, please. These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are he keeps on. And how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him? And South Africa dares even issue threats about what is likely to happen after that, and so on and so forth. Of course, we will see what threats they are talking about. Maybe they should have done that exactly for which they have been issuing threats. They should have done it to clean up the mess in Eastern Congo, or to fight back those who have been trying to clean up the mess.
President Kagame mean when he says Rwanda is ready for a confrontation should it be necessary? That's war talk, isn't it? And that's not a desirable solution for anyone.
You know, Eastern DRC is bordering Rwanda. It doesn't border South Africa. The South African forces are at our border. We have no Rwandan forces at the border of South Africa. So we are in our country, so we don't have any aggressive posture against South Africa, but we are ready to defend ourselves if we are attacked by a coalition, including South African forces.
What gives you the confidence in your strength as Rwanda for a possible confrontation? Do you have the support of Israel? Do you have the support of the US? I saw your Israeli counterpart tweeted earlier saying he's had a conversation with you and that you discussed extensive cooperation between your nations, and you briefed each other about also what's happening in the Middle East. Do you have the support of Israel and the US in what's happening currently in the Eastern DRC?
Rwanda have good relations with many countries, including Israel, and our cooperation is extensive with all those countries. But as I said, we have first and foremost the support of our people. We are on our territory. We have foreign forces across our border who have an aggressive posture. So, of course, if we are attacked, we will defend.
You see, I don't know. I will only share my thoughts on the border stuff. And many of you watching this will know Wodimaya from Ghana. He's a content creator, who goes to many African countries, in fact, the rest of the world, I mean Europe and the West, and do, amazing content with, those countries. he always say one thing. He's only having one goal and one purpose: a borderless Africa. And it makes sense to me 100%, even 1,000%, because we have been brainwashed for a very long time, negatively brainwashed, and we need to positively brainwash ourselves. And if Prophet Angel is saying organizations break beyond borders, so if there is like WHO has control over the whole world, and so just an organization, WHO, can penetrate into any single country on earth. Are you getting me? Well, but here is Congo, here is Rwanda, here is South Africa, and there are issues of people having to say, okay, these people that don't belong here, these people belong here instead of this place. Issue of, oh my goodness, Africa is trouble. I mean, Africa is a big problem. Trust me on this one. Because somebody will say UK, Prophet Ibrahim Living said he used that UK case study but he was talking about the advantage of the United Kingdom being part of Brexit, of the European Union. I mean to say, the benefits thereof. Now, before you enter many African countries, you have to get a passport and a visa. This challenge, this problem, whilst you imagine just a neighboring country, you struggle before you enter. Don't get me wrong, depending on where you stay or where you live, in whatever country you stay right now, it depends the kind of relationship they have with other countries, other African countries. You go there visa free. Like Ghana and South Africa, you go to South Africa visa free. And many other African countries, you go there visa free. Some few other African countries. It is the same thing with other parts of African countries. It's like relationship. But what we need is a borderless Africa where you don't just share the benefit with a few countries in the African region or the continent. It is a borderless Africa where we are the same people, where nobody will say these people belong to Rwanda, these people belong to the Congo, these people belong to South Africa. That is total nonsense in my opinion, because I don't get this. Are we not the same African people? But maybe I'm not getting it. So if you get it rightfully, put it in a description box. And big ups to Truth and Love, Joseph, for bringing all of this. Like me, I wouldn't get it because I barely pay attention unless it's a big thing. I barely pay attention to what goes on in the South African region, most especially, right? Unless it's a trending matter, crazily trending. I don't really. So how do you call it? Joseph was able to pull all of this information together and it made sense. So big ups to Joseph of TNL, right? And it is happening. So Prophet the Angels beat is pray for South Africa. That is in another video. But then don't get me wrong. As much as pray for South Africa, the reasons are there. The reasons are there. You know it by now. But then the other bit is this war must end now. The war between the Rwandan president, the Congo president, and the South African president. To me, it doesn't make sense. And let us do away with things like this. You might hear in the news where people are shooting each other, people are killing each other. Go and look at their skins. They are all chocolate in color. They are all Africans. You get? It doesn't make sense in any way. So that is it. This is the update, and whatever proceedings or updates that comes after this from the camp of Prophet Benjo will try. I'll try my possible best and bring it to you maybe on time, right? Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the backup channel as well and subscribe to this channel if you've not done that. I'm out. Thank you.